What is good, everybody? Merkel Moman on the scene. Welcome back to the Half Size Up podcast. We are now at episode 16. And as you know by now, we are a weekly podcast for sneaker news, UK releases, global sneaker trends, and all things in between. Today's podcast is brought to you in conjunction with the Pink Miracle Shoe Cleaner, the original shoe cleaner since 1985. With me each and every week, I have my co-host Dean Still.
What's going on?
And Ash Bash.
What's good, people?
And this week, we've seen releases in the Nike Kobe 5 Protro Hall of Fames, the New Balance 574 Grey Days, the LeBron 8 V2 Low Quick Strikes, and an Air Jordan 1 High 2.0 Shadows. Not going to lie, it's been pretty low-key heat a week. A real mixed bag of GRs and heat from all the major brands. We do know that Ash caught a dub on a certain pair, but we'll get into that a bit much later. But for now, let's get into our first segment, lads, which we like to call Favorite Shoe You Wore Last Week. Yeah, it's last week, guys, because basically it
just makes sense, doesn't it?
It makes sense because we record on a Monday evening. We used to record on a Saturday, Sunday, but we now record on a Monday evening, and you guys will hear this on a Tuesday. And just for an FYI, guys, I have been feeling a little bit under the weather, hence why my throat is kind of like, I don't know, like precious. I don't know. It's mad. Been trying to get myself just drugged up with all the bloody cold and flu tablets and the halls and the Benylin and Cavonia and all that crap. And I was saying to the boys, like, the show must go on. So, yeah, I'm trying to stay strong.
Power through, homie.
Keep the spirits up.
That's it. So, yeah, we are back with favorite shoe you wore last week. So, obviously, that means that we have to change the hashtag to FSYWLW instead of the previous. So, in this segment, lads, we talk about our most favorite shoe that we've worn last week. And today, Dean will get the ball rolling. So, Dean, what was your favorite shoe that you wore last week, bro?
Probably go with the Nike SB Blazers Cross Soulland.
Oh,
that a snakeskin one?
Yeah, those are the snakeskin. Yeah, I really like that pair. I don't go for it too often because it's it's a bit
out there.
It's a bit out there, but it's a low key fire pair. It's quite underrated, and yeah, I think it really bangs with like pretty much any color, especially like beige or like cream sort of trousers, anything like that. So yeah, I like it. Big fan, and I think it's only like the third or fourth time I've worn it, so I'm gonna go with that one.
That is a very fire shoe. I remember when we were talking about it when the raffles were out and whatnot, man.
Mate, Dean asked us all to enter. I think he won like 3 pairs in the end, didn't it? I won a pair. I think Mary won a pair.
Mary won a pair, and then Jeff won a pair, and then you won a pair, but then yours is you got rid of it because it was like a half size too small, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like a 9.5. Ain't happening for me in a blazer.
I felt bad, but you wouldn't have worn it in it, really.
No.
Nah. It's all good. It's all good.
Ash, what was your favorite shoe you wore last week?
Yeah, last week was my last week of annual leave. Back to work today was not fun. Not fun at all. But actually mad sad. I got to wear like quite a few pairs, even though the weather was shitty. Like I was rocking the Royal ones, those New Balance black greys, the black and white dunks. But I think the favorite has to be the Shadow ones. I'm not going to say 1.0 because that 2.0 doesn't even count to me. So the Shadow ones, they're fire in my top 3.
Very fire pair, man. I know you posted it up the other day, Ash, and I was just literally like, these are the only Shadows that register with me, man.
Yeah.
It's true, man.
Nothing else registers as a Shadow for me.
Much nicer grey as well.
It is. It's not a 2.0. It's really annoying me people saying that. Like, it's not a 2.0 because the materials are different. It just looks different. It's the colors. The color's not the same. It's a lighter.
It's so light, like it's going towards more in grey, like even.
Yes, it's a totally different grey. You can't compare. It's not an OG either, and it's just like,
it's just marketing, isn't it? How many shoes are they going to call the same name?
Of course,
that's what they do. What about you, Mo?
Yeah, no, just quickly, I was just like saying to Ash, like, would we feel different about it if the whole shoe was leather? Like,
If it was the right grey and leather, I think it would be nicer.
and if it was that type of grey as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I just get when you look at the OG Shadow, like it looks like a classy shoe. Like it's not.
Mm.
It's got this kind of like sleekness to it, and the shades like they're dark. It's a dark shoe. This shoe's like I don't know. It's got a bit more of a like clay sort of feel, and
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that pack, like the clay greens and all that from that best hand in the game. That kind of should have stuck it in there.
For me, last week, and I've actually wore this yesterday and consecutively today. I did go into the office today, but so yesterday I pulled out the 2009 actually Air Jordan 1 High Hall of Fames, which is basically, and probably no one's probably ever seen this ever. I haven't seen a lot of pairs of them, to be honest, but it's a majority black sneaker, white outsole, super like the old school type of Air Jordan 1 where it's got the Jumpman on the tongue, Jumpman on the heel,
yeah,
puffier like ankle collar. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, the only reason I pulled them out today is because yeah, the weather's been awful. It's just been raining and whatnot, and the toe cap is quite patent, so rain just like drips off of it. Was thinking about the whole Kobe, his Hall of Fame that he's just been inducted into. Was watching that yesterday. He was telling the boys that the waterworks were just going like like anything, man. It was just so emotional, like seeing Vanessa, make his speech and then looking over her shoulder and talking to Michael Jordan and just the whole event itself. It was just one like a massive like emotional roller coaster. So I know it's like it's totally off topic, but it's like I brought out it reminded me of the Hall of Fames. The only Hall of Fame sneakers that I do have were a pair of Jordans. I did try and go for the Kobe's at the weekend that did come out, the gold pair. Was it the 8? I think it was the Kobe Bryant 8 Hall of Fames. Wasn't successful. So I just thought, I don't know, as a double sort of tribute to Kobe yesterday being inducted, I thought I'd pull out the '09 Hall of Fame Air Jordan 1. So yeah, cool pair. I actually got them in Wembley outlet, the Wembley Nike outlet. And at the time, they were like £40. I'm not even
Mad.
going to lie. And then there was 10% off. So I actually got them for £36. And it's just a reflection of the times, isn't it? So
When did they start fixing up the Jordan? Was it 2015?
yeah,
That
yeah.
remastered program and all that.
The ankle collar wasn't as thick. They started removing the Jumpman, changing it back to the Nike Air tongue tab. Color blockings were like
I don't
proper
know why they
again.
went down that route in the first place. The jump man on the
Yeah,
back and all
yeah.
that stuff.
They took it back to the OG. It wasn't an OG what they were doing with it. The original Jordans didn't have that shit on there, and that's why
Yeah.
a lot of purists don't like
But why
them.
do you think they added it? Just for
I don't know, man.
design? Just because it's
I genuinely
weird
don't
one, isn't
have.
it?
I don't have the clue, and it doesn't make sense because the shape is off. Like it's like a different shoe,
Yeah, it should
and
be called
it's
something else.
closer. It's closer to a mid than a high, which is what
Yeah.
makes it quite strange. Like
so true. It's so true. Yeah, it's got 9 loops, but it feels like a mid.
it feels like a mid, yeah. When you're lacing it up, even still, it
Yeah,
don't feel the same, and I think that's why like when Jordan Brand went crazy with the retros in 2015 and 16, I think it was where they were going
Yeah.
mental, weren't they? Like it was a bit like a lot of people didn't like that they did that, but at the same time, it gave us like proper retros.
Finally, yeah.
Like in the OG shape, and those pairs stand up a lot better than the 2013 releases and stuff like that.
yeah,
Definitely.
They
yeah,
just why would you? It's like why would you want the
Yeah,
non?
my UNCs from 2014 are just like cardboard
Yeah, they're
compared to the ones that
garbage,
you've
right?
got.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
but
totally different.
even my like Chicago 2013 compared to the 2015 pair,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
it's like yes, it's a big difference.
Yeah, it's just a massive reflection of the times. Like it was just a weird period of like time for like Jordan brand, I suppose.
Well, they weren't popping back then, Jordan ones. I think
That's true.
it's well documented. Like a lot of people used to get 3s and 4s and 6s and
That was
7s and
me.
11s.
I
Yeah,
got those
like
UNCs for £40 off Offspring.
it's just that's just how it was. Like a lot of people, like I remember growing up where you did not see a lot of people with Jordan ones, but you'd see a lot of Jordan 3s around. You'd see like 11s and
Odd pair of sixes as well.
yeah,
I would find.
exactly, stuff like that. You'd see an occasional 4, but I never saw ones about ever.
No.
Like it
Yeah.
just wasn't. And that that was something that was like not just here, it was like that in the US as well. While they had more people rocking ones and more of an appreciation there, like the later silhouettes were much more popular for a long time, man. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's weird,
Makes
isn't
sense
it?
though with the bad quality why it didn't take off because they weren't all that.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think like 2015 definitely like resurrected this shoe a little bit, but Virgil then came and it just went
Yeah,
Yeah.
madness.
And ham on it, man. Good effort on that one, lads. Guys, don't forget to use the new hashtag FSYWLW. So, favorite shoe you wore last week. Moving on, lads, and we have Sneaker News of the Week. This is the part of the podcast where we discuss the biggest news within the sneaker world. And this week it's with regards to a certain Reese's Pieces ambassador, a guy that can influence you by choosing his McDonald's meal. Someone who has had the whole worldwide sneaker community going nuts over his releases with Nike. Yeah, you guessed it. It's the infamous La Flame, aka Travis Scott. This week, we caught eye of his latest collaboration project with Nike in the Nike Air Max 1 Barack Brown. In true Travis form, he's gone for his ever elusive mocha stroke, cappuccino stroke, latte color palette. And as we would expect, the iconic reverse swoosh, from what we can see, it seems to have like a fly ease type lacing system. Also, Nike Air on the heel has been replaced with like a Cactus Jack type branding. The uppers seem to be like a mesh like material, and the toe box looks like either like nubuck or a very, very short head type of suede. I can already see it now. All the hype bees pulling out all their AM1s, ready to prove how big of a fan they are. Anywho, my question is, I think we say this time and time again anyway. Have we seen enough for Travis? Like, are there any more silhouettes that he needs to work on? Like, how long left till we see like a decline in his type of collabs with Nike? Ash, let's go to you first, ma'am.
I don't think he's gonna go away anytime soon because he's literally printing money for Nike at the moment. So why not keep the ball rolling if you can? There'll be a lot of people that will say they're hating and they don't need any more Travis Scotts and they're gonna leave it. But there's gonna be somebody else that's gonna buy it. So for them, I don't think it really matters. The shoes themselves, I pretty much like them to be honest. I've only seen like a couple like sort of pictures of it, not super duper close up, all the details and stuff. And I still keep hearing rumors about there's going to be like 4 or 5 pairs of it. For me personally, I'm not like a big collector of like the Travis Scott sneakers. There's some that I like. I've got I think 2 or 3 pairs of them. I like some of the older Air Force ones as well, but I'm not like a diehard on all this Travis Scott stuff. So I'm not super bothered if he stops now or keeps going, but I think he's going to keep going for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. D, how about you, man? What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much same with Ash on it. Like, I'm not a massive fan of his music or generally the collabs as like a set. But I still like I rate him. I rate like the influence he has in the power he has, and I think like Ash said, they're not going to stop anytime soon because his fan base is so passionate and so wide, and like he's just so big. Like it's like different levels in it, and yeah,
It's
I just think
crazy.
that they're just gonna go strength to strength with him and keep doing it. I think the quality of the collabs are getting worse. Like I don't think like when you look at the first Air Forces, the Jordan 4, the Jordan 1, Like you can't, if you look at those first batch of releases and compare it to like the second batch of releases, there was a noticeable dip, I think.
Yeah.
Um, like even like the like the Jordan 6, like did that need a second one? I don't think it did. Like
No. It's just an
it did.
easy money grab, innit?
That's what I
Yeah,
mean. It's just like it didn't need the second pair. What he did with the first one was different and cool, and like it was different. Now he's just released a wheat Jordan 6 with some like Travis embellishments on
Mm.
it, and that's when I mean like the quality of the like idea is getting worse. I think. That said, these are Air Max ones. Like they look okay. I'm not really an Air Max one guy, but I think someone kind of breeding a bit of popularity back into that shoe isn't a bad thing. I think that's
yeah,
healthy for the shoe. I think all
but
the Air Max One heads that are really angry about this need to reevaluate and see what they want from the silhouette, because
I never get why they get angry though.
Nike are not really producing them anymore. One of my
Mm.
friends, he's fancied buying one, and he's been asking me, "Look, can you help me find one in like UK 10?" And I can't help. There's none. They're like nowhere, and it's because like Nike don't make that many of them compared to other shoes, and I don't think this is a bad thing for the silhouette. It's gonna be, obviously it's always a little bit cringe seeing like people like lose their minds over a shoe they've never like liked before, but it's just part and parcel of the game. I think nowadays. Generally though, I think what I find really like interesting with the Travis collab with Nike in general is the just the power he has, the control they've given him. Like I can't think of anyone else they've ever given this much control and power to. Like when you look at the shoes, the silhouettes they let Drake play with, and
It's
then you look
wild.
at
I can
oh,
only think that
just
Drake must like that because
nah,
seriously, what
nah,
the
nah,
hell?
nah, nah. From what I've heard, like that he was able to use what they let him use, right? And like Travis, they've given a whole different level of control to. Like, think
Mad.
about it. This guy's done Air Force Ones, Jordan 1, Jordan 6, Jordan 4.
What
Now
was the
he's
first
doing,
pair? Was it Air Force One, the first pair?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's doing an Air Max 1. Like, he's hitting the biggest silhouettes in Nike have got. Like,
Yeah.
um, and like Drake was getting like, bits and pieces here and there. And that shows you like Drake's one of the like biggest artists, period, right? So that shows you the
Is his
kind of.
new shoe his own silhouette? Am I making that up?
I saw a picture of it. I didn't look at it properly. I don't really know
Because
where
if
it
it is a new
was.
silhouette, then that's kind of, even though it doesn't look good, it's kind of big, I guess.
Yeah,
I
listen,
don't know.
guys. Ash is a big Drake fan. Just so you
I'm not
know.
buying those shoes though. I'm not that big a fan.
Lies, lies, lies.
I haven't bought any of his Jordans. Trust me, I
Nah,
would
nah, I
have if
know,
I
I
was
know,
that
I
big
know, I
a
know, I know. I'm well paid, but on a real, I think like there's no way like Drake wouldn't have liked to work on a 4 or 1 or something, like like he loves Jordans, right? So anyone would. So I think there's something with Nike and Travis. They've got some sort of rapport together that I don't think they're ever gonna stop. Like it's different levels, because arguably Drake, for example, is the biggest musician in the world, right? Or like,
fan. Yeah.
well, he's
Yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
he is. But I'm saying like for influence on kids,
Maybe
no.
not. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe Travis
even
is the
like
guy.
Little Baby and Travis would be more than Drake would be.
Do you think Little Baby as well?
Just for influence on kids, not what's going to sell the most. Like,
You
say if we're
reckon?
talking about music, yeah,
That's
definitely.
interesting, man. Maybe
With the
I'm
youth
getting,
today,
maybe
definitely.
I'm getting old and out of touch. I love Little Baby. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
I
oh,
didn't.
100%.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
doubt about it.
Banks, banks. Oh, we're going off topic. We're going off topic.
Yeah.
Mo, what are you saying?
yeah. I mean, I think Nike need to explain something, man. Basically, obviously, what was it? Air Max Day. Come on, man. They were teasing and teasing
What a weird
for
time to
this.
tease it, isn't it?
Got stuff with like
Just
the whole
release it.
passing and how many air miles you can do. Da 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 da. Like, come on, man. It's been like what 2.5 months now. Come on, man. Just reveal the thing, man. Like, stop trying to like be coy about it, and give the Air Max One guys, all the proper collectors, like I don't know, their feed, isn't it?
They don't like it though. I'm on some Facebook group, and then all of them, they always diss stuff like this. They just want like
They're getting
regular
mad.
stuff
They're getting mad.
and
Do you know what? Like,
collabs. They don't want any of this. Like,
I get it, right? Like, because I remember, like, when Virgil was doing ones and one started getting popular, some of us felt away at the time. You know, we felt a bit like people were encroaching on a shoe that was quite easy to get most of the time. Like, even if you missed out on an OG or something popular, the resale was never like
Yeah.
killer. You could
I
just
remember
do
when
it.
250 was like the max you ever pay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you drop it. Like, I remember I missed the bread toe, and then I got it on resale, and it was, I can't remember what it was, but it was not a lot of money. Like, it was like at the time, and I think I get it. Like, I felt that way before, and it's frustrating. But when it's like a shoe like the Air Max One that needs a bit of that, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it needs a bit of oomph right now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
need a bit of an injection again. So I think like you take the bad with the good kind of thing. Like,
Do you know what? Like, literally, they they gave Drake the fucking Air Jordan 8, man. It's all
I
not
just
awful.
can't. I just can't think that he does. It's got to be his favorite Jordan. It has to be. Why?
nah,
Why would you
nah.
take it? Why would you take it? You're the biggest artist. Doesn't make sense.
Bro, I reckon you just take what you get in it. Like, you've seen some of the other
It's
collabs.
an opportunity, like,
Yeah,
you
like
know.
some of his pairs were okay. You know, they did all right with some of them. I just think that's what I mean. It's very rare Jordan Brand give the
Yeah.
absolute best silhouettes to people, and that's what they've
Do you think
done
it's
with
because they lost
Travis.
Kanye? They're like, we're going all in on this guy. Fuck it.
Maybe, man. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's just, you know, when everything just like works right. I
Yeah.
think they did it once and it's like hit gold, and they're just like, okay, let's just ride this, ride this out now.
Yeah.
When did his popularity get this crazy to you?
When it was what when he started doing it was not the last album, the one before, right?
Yeah. I know you're
When it was
talking about
like what
Birds in the Trap. That one.
2016, 17
Yeah.
times, wasn't it? That's when he
Yeah.
started going crazy. Like in the, I remember like finishing up classes back then, and people were like loving that album. I can't remember what it was. Was it with Nav and shit? He had that song.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck Nav, man. That guy's terrible.
He's lost
He never had it, bro.
it. He's a producer. Let him live.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, fair play. Sorry, Nav.
Do you know, I always think to myself, I know we're going a bit off topic here, but I always think to myself, I like Drake should have just gone with Addy. Like when he was taking pictures with
That wouldn't
Kanye,
do
and
nothing though.
I don't know, like
Nah.
he might have had a better response, like as opposed to like what he's got now, man. Like I'm not even joking, but today I got like notifications of all like the Nocta clothing range just restock,
Yeah,
restock all the time. Like it's just not hitting.
it's not.
Um,
It's not hitting. You're right. That is true.
it's not. I don't know if it's
I've
not.
noticed it's like it's a certain audience that will grab it, and it's not got that mass mainstream
The thing with
appeal.
Drake is he's never been a style guy from the start
Yeah,
at
but
all.
it's
He's never
like
been cool.
that's true. But like, I still think
It should
like
still do something. I know
it
what you
should
mean.
sell out, right?
Yeah.
Like it should. It don't like
Yeah, yeah.
he's got enough drip, like like for that to carry. And I don't
I
know.
think the
Just
first line did, didn't it? I don't know about this. The new one's just coming out now.
I'm not sure, man. I just remember like it didn't it didn't carry as much weight. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
When I saw that shoe that was leaked and he was wearing it, I just thought to myself, "Yo, is that like the Thriller Disrupt or something like that?" I was just like,
I just think he's got some style and that's his thing, man. Do you know what I always thought was a misstep? Because you know Drake's Jordan stuff was all like white, black, and gold and all that. I thought those gold toe Jordan ones should have just thrown a fucking owl on the back, and that would have been
"Oh,
like a banger.
what the patent ones?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was so
yeah.
simple just to throw it on there because that was in his theme and everything. But I don't know.
They missed the boat on that one, man, for sure. Cool. That was
Super off topic, but fun.
moving on. It's that time again. Our favorite part of the podcast that we would like to call HSU question time. This is a part of the podcast where we give you, the listener, a chance to ask about absolutely anything that's going on within the sneaker realm. This week on HSU Question Time, we've got a few questions from you guys. A big shout out to everyone that gets involved each and every week. And the first question actually comes from Mrs. Ashbash at at Kicks K Light. Would you rather get your grail or the next 5 pairs you want for retail? You know, I think we've had this question before, but it's always good to come back to it, to be honest, because I think our minds always change every day, every
Yeah.
hour, every minute. Um, let's go to you first, man.
Do you know what? I always find questions like this hard because I don't, I think to myself, what exactly is my grail? How badly do I want it? If I actually got it, I'm actually going to wear it.
The word grail is like so loosely used
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
tough, isn't it? Yeah. Because the shoe I want technically the most is a shattered backboard, but is that my grail? Not really. You know what I'm saying? So I still, it's tough to decide what it is. But I think I would actually go, I don't know. Sounds crazy to say next 5. I'm going to say next 5, fuck it.
Bruh.
I'm going next 5, but I feel that's a bad move.
we don't all think the same, so
Yeah.
what can you do? D, how about you, man?
Do you know what? I think I was gonna say I'm interested to see what you guys say because I think I'm the Grail sort of guy, and I'm like my actions prove that. And I'm glad Ash said the next 5 because I think that's how Ash buys his sneakers. Like he
Yeah.
goes for the ones he wants. He doesn't wait, chill, and then go back for a
Because I could have bought them by now. The amount I've spent, I could have bought
Yeah,
it. You know
yeah.
what I'm
Like you
saying?
could have bought them exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But you're actively making a choice not to do that, right? So
Yeah.
like, whereas I mix and match. Like sometimes I will go on get a few pairs for retail, but because I'm trying to cut down, it's made it easier for me to go for like
Big ones, yeah.
bigger ones and missing out a few. But it varies, doesn't it, man? Like sometimes there'll be a release calendar where there are like 3 or 4 pairs you really like, and it's like
Mm.
it's rare, but it can happen, innit? So you know, it'd suck to say like, oh my grail, and then fucking some 4 bad boys came out in a row, innit? And like,
Yeah.
you'd be like shit. But I think I would go with the grail. Yeah.
See, Dean, I'm thinking A-Man Manier, bang, Off-White
Yeah,
4 breads. I'm thinking like that. So I don't know. It's tough, isn't it?
I get it because I was thinking the
Yeah.
same thing. I was thinking like, oh, you're like the hype, the like sick pairs of the year,
Yeah.
like the really cool collabs that you know, whatever, like got the best story, etc. But at the same time, then it's like,
That main one would be a big, yeah.
because even then, how many of those are we gonna wear? And I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah, the times that we're in at the moment, man. Just you don't even
Yeah,
know which pair you're gonna wear.
and they're
True.
proper hinting that we're gonna be locked in still with this new
Uh,
variant we got around. Man. I
Oh
swear,
boy.
every time we're like on the brink of freedom, there's a new
They
strain.
pull it back, yeah.
And you know what? I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, fuck.
there was even chat of like Apple trying to control us, and basically when you check the weather app,
Fair, I heard about this.
Mate, I said that to Kay on the weekend. It's true.
bro,
I
and
was
it
going to go
didn't.
out, and then it said it was going to rain that day. So I was like, I'm probably not going to go out. Then it said it's not raining till 4. By the time I went to leave at like 12, it was like, yeah, it's raining at 12. So I'm like, what? You done
It's
me.
what like what even fucking weather apps are like controlling us these days, yeah. Controlling what we're gonna wear, controlling if we're allowed to go out or not, and you just don't know, do you? So nuts. Great selections there, lads. For me, I think I'm lucky in a sense that I actually have my grail, and I'm content. Like I'm content. So obviously the grails that I've always picked have been sort of personal to me. In the Chicago Chicago one and the Air Pippin one in the varsity red
What about the
colorway.
worm?
The word I could get that. Yeah, it is like a grail to me.
Probably fall apart though.
I don't know if you've ever tried to look for that shoe, but it's like you can never find this shoe ever. And if you do find it, it's like mash up, no box. Like, it's actually like ruined, like falling apart and everything. With that said, I know, man. I think I'd do it, Ash, and pick the next 5 pairs because I am content with the grails that I have currently. I don't see anything coming that close to those 2 pairs personally. So I'll say the next 5 pairs for retail, man. So great
Cool,
question,
cool.
Nick.
Yeah.
Get
I
that?
think at the end of June, at the end of 6 months, halfway through the year, we need to have a sit down and count how many pairs we've copped and see where everyone's at. I think that would be interesting, man.
Yeah, because we was counting at the start and everyone gone quiet.
Well, do you know what? I'm still under 10, but I know you boys have been on a madness, so that would be fun.
If you buy and get rid, is it? How do you count it?
Nah, if you buy it and you're not keeping it, it's gone.
No, but I'm saying if I get rid of 3 and buy 1, have I bought 1? Or what way do you look at it?
I don't. How many pairs like have you got more in your collection? So if you sold 3, but you bought 3, you sold them, got 1. That's a 1, right? Because you've
I've
got
got less
1
pairs in my
more.
collection than I started the year with. For fact.
There you go. But still, count how many you've bought.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah.
That is such a good
That's
shout,
wild.
man. We'll do like half year
Review.
or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
Review like
each one. Appreciate that question, Kay. On to the next question. We have ST11 sneakers, but I think that means steel sneakers. That could be a collab with you, D. Steel sneakers cross.
That's what I'm talking about, man. One time, well, I remember I was chatting to this guy in DMs one time. I was looking at his name. I was like, yeah.
Are you my cousin?
We related.
Right, steel sneakers. I'll call it steel sneakers. He says, if you could only shop in one shop going forward, which one would you choose? Dean, let's go to you first.
One shop, yeah. One shop.
One shop.
Actually, what? One sneaker shop, yeah.
One sneaker shop. I imagine. Yeah, I assume that's what he's saying.
It's a question that needs to be interpreted. I don't know how.
Do you know what? I think I'd play this tactically, and I'd go with End because they got everything in clothes as well.
Smart guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've got such a insane collection of designers and brands, and they get all the high heat as well. So, yeah, I'll go with them. Just seems like the safest choice.
It's a good shout, to be honest, man. Ash, how about you, man?
Yeah, man, the exact same thought process. I was thinking End because they got all the clothes. I think they even get SBs as well.
They do, yeah.
They get all the shoes. They got all the hype brands in there as well. So yeah, so if you're doing raffles, you're never going to win, but at least you're in it. You got to be in it to win it, and at least you have a chance at something there.
100%, man. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a triple threat here, lads. But I mean, it's probably going to be between like End and SNS, right? No, obviously no favoritism between like any retailer. Obviously, we've all got our fair chance of winning sneakers and whatnot. But yeah, it'd be between End and SNS for me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's about the offering as a whole because like you know, like like SNS as well have a lot of clothing, they've got just a lot of diversity in the products they have and the things they do. So yeah, I get it.
Let me twist the question, actually, lads. Real quickly, we'll do it real quickly. If you was in America, what would your one sneaker store be? I'll say mine, but I really like Stadium Goods. The thing is, I don't even know if they sell retail sneakers.
Don't think so.
It's all
it's all consignment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got some stuff well early in there. When I was there, though, that's some mad stuff in early.
If I had the money and just like throwing it around, I'd probably shop in Stadium Goods, and I think they'd have a good selection. So yeah.
What did you think of round 2? You went there, didn't you?
Yeah, went to the New York one, and I mean it's cool, and you get that thrifting environment, that thrifting feel when you're walking like up and down the shop.
Yeah.
No, everything is so overpriced, like
because they rely on trades. That's why the price is, I think, extra.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Problem is,
system's pretty good
that's
though.
the problem is thrifting ain't meant to be like that. So like
Yeah.
it's like thrifting like premium, like really
Mm.
premium thrifting, and like when you're getting into that, you have to be, I think, a real fan
Yeah,
of
it's
the
different.
brand because like it's hard to find value for money. Um, when you're paying a lot of money for really old items, and they're not in the best condition, I think, yeah, it's a bit tricky.
Do you know what? That shop, you can literally just but be standing in there for time, just going through each and every flipping
Yeah.
t-shirt. And like, I'll admit, yeah, when when I went over there, I tried to buy like the cheapest thing I could just to say like I bought
You bought something now. Yeah.
something. And it was like a plain white Air Jordan t-shirt that had like Travis Scott and a Jumpman at the back. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, I paid $100 for this plain white t-shirt,
Whoa.
Damn.
and that's just
God
dumb, man.
damn.
I bought from the shop across the road. Is it the vintage shop? The clothing one? And I
Yeah,
bought, they had some like old wrestling tees and stuff. That's the only thing that I
see,
bought from down there. Because the prices for the shoes were crazy. Because they had
it
the
was not.
Obsidians early when I was down there. And they were like $400 like straight away.
Pretty dope question we got from there. The next question we got is from the homie in Kicks We Trust. Shout out. What is the first sneaker related thing you are excited to do when COVID is fully over? I imagine. Obviously, lockdown has been kind of eased here in UK. Only today, I suppose. What's the date today? 17th of May.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I just heard like,
We're allowed to hug our families today. And it's just, yeah, it's kind of weird. But today, yeah, we're officially allowed to hug our families. I think I'll go first with this one, lads. The first sneaker related thing I would love to do. Whew, I really feel like it's weather dependent. And right now, like it's been chucking it with rain. So it hasn't really been permitting, to be honest. But I really just wanna, I don't know, I wanna get out to an event or something like that with the homies, man, and just like chop it up with everyone. Meet some people like who get involved with us on the podcast, man. I would just wanna meet up with some people who like chuck in their questions into HSU question time and just don't know, just chop it up, chat sneakers, chat geekiness. I think we've all been locked up way too long, like in the yard, with the apps lying to us saying it's gonna rain. So it's about time that we had like some sort of sneaker event back in like UK, whether it be in London or north of the country. And I just want to chop it up with all the man then, man. Just been way too long. So yeah, for me, just chopping it up with everyone. D, how about you, man?
Yeah, pretty similar, man. I think it'd be really, really cool to meet some of the listeners and just like yeah, chat shit, talk shoes. Uh, it's been a long time since like you take for granted like just meeting up with everyone and like you know visiting the stores, like checking out the sneaker stores, like just
Yeah, man.
being around each other, getting food and doing that shit. That's like yeah, you take it for granted. That's a lot of fun, to be honest. Like especially in London, like we're fortunate to have such an amazing city where we can just walk around like and chill, and it's a great time. So
For
that's one of the
real.
biggest things I miss, and yeah, looking forward. Hopefully, it depends on variant number 58. That's come this time. It's come from India apparently as well. So um, it's, I don't know. We might still be locked down for a little while, but yeah, we'll we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm gonna stay optimistic.
Nah, you know what? I got a notification on my like throwbacks on my Instagram of like when were last at like Crep City. That was like nearing the end of 2019, man.
Yeah, it's mad.
We ain't been to another event since 2019. Like, how the
Yeah,
hell has that
it's
happened?
getting it's that's the thing now. Like, that's why like people are getting a little bit like we all recognize obviously COVID the seriousness, but it's just hard for a lot of people because like you're getting into close to 2 years now. We had a year of it recently. It's well into this going into the second year, so there's a lot of things it's like you just miss, you take for granted, especially with shoes being able to go visit stores, see the familiar faces, and interact with all the people. Yeah, something you miss.
Ash, how about you, man?
Yeah, man. Probably just like going out and shooting with the boys. Really, it feels like since I got my new camera, we've pretty much been in lockdown. Like literally, I got it excited to go and take pictures and everything, and then since then we've been in lockdown. I think I met Mo once, and we had a quick shoot down like Chinatown. That was literally as COVID was like sort of starting, and then me and Mo and Dan Batch met up as well. We did the last shoot literally again. COVID was just about to it was about Mask City was just about to start up, you know. So it'd be nice to get that done. Like, I think the only people I've taken pictures of since is like Kingsley and Kay. That's about it, and myself. So it'd be nice to shoot something different, you know.
I think we're all in need of just like chopping it up together, man, physically, like in real
It's what we
life,
used to
man.
do, man. Just random hangouts,
Yeah.
going from shop to shop, not buying anything.
Yeah, literally, man. But that new Jollibee is gonna open up in Piccadilly. Dean's not a
Yeah,
massive fan of.
Thursday.
Hey, listen. Apparently, I spoke to some people, and apparently, like, I didn't get the right thing. So
Really?
yeah.
I said to Kay that, and she was like, "What did he order?" And I was like, "I don't know."
Mary like didn't ask for any recommendations, and then she like told her sister what we got, and she's like, "Yeah, no, not the greatest options there." And I was like, "Fucking hell!" I went all the way to Earl's Court as well. I should have got the Yum Burger, man.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, man. I got some dry chicken burger. I was eating that chicken burger. I came to Earl Court for this. Tears in my eyes from how dry it was.
If it's Jollibee, it's straight. You gotta just do chicken joy straight away, like with the rice and gravy, man, and then the sweet corn. So let's make that happen, boys. We gotta make that 100% happen, man. It's
Defo.
probably the only thing that will get us out the house is like food.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'll happily go back, man.
I'm there.
Dope question there. Moving on to the next one, we got our boy Tom, aka at T Raw 2015. You can only buy one hype collab this year. What are you taking, Ash?
Man, that's so tough. From what I've heard coming out is out of the Travis time fragment, Lows maybe, the A-Man Manier and the Off-White Bread 4s. Can't think of anything else that's been like released or mentioned to come out. Out of them three, poof, I don't even know. I'm gonna go Off-White Bread 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the correct answer, Ash.
Yeah, Off-White Bread 4.
Dean, how about you?
Yeah, man. It's an easy one. Off White Bread 4. Like I ain't ready to see the kids who didn't even like the normal Bread 4
Mm-hmm.
beat me to this shoe. Like this is gonna hurt, man. I don't care who gets it. Just as long as I get mine. Like I can't. I'm gonna have to turn off Instagram for a little while. I think because that's
Ain't
gonna
nothing worse than losing out on a shoe, and that's all you can see, innit?
Do you know what? Like honestly, 12-year-olds can win it as long as I get mine. I don't care. But if I see like some 16-year-old and it's like my first Jordan 4 and he's a UK 9, uh yeah, man. I ain't ready for that. I ain't ready for it. It's just been it's been some dark days already, you know. There's been
I hear
some
you, man.
dark days in the collecting world for the last couple of years. So
Yeah.
please, Lord, we want to see some dubs on this shoe, man.
For real, man. Let's make that happen, man. Positive energy, man. Positive.
Yeah, come on, son.
I think for me, it's gonna be well, I 100% have to get this. I had 100% have to get this, but Emma Mania 3 is like very top of my list right now, and the funds are there. I'm literally, I don't know even know what I'm
That's a
waiting.
coppable shoe, though. The other two could be like
It is,
bucks.
yeah.
Yeah, that shoe is affordable now, man. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah, it
people,
is.
some people blew their load early. Like we saw, like quite a few people cop it
They're
really
taking that
early.
L. I would say they're not taking the L with pride either. That's not talking about it, man. Just take it. It happens.
Wait,
Do you know what? Like, I feel a bit sorry because we'll come on to it in my pet peeve of the week. But yeah,
it's coming. It's coming. I'm definitely that's 100% for me, but it's probably also gonna be the bread off white 4. I mean, that's just it's 100%. It has to be that, man.
A nice take on one of my favorite shoes has to be.
Like the bread, man. The bread form, man. Come on, like there's no real explanation. Like, that shoe is just super iconic, and for it to have a little tour with Virgil, come on, man. You just know we always complain about Virgil when we know like admit that a shoe is nice, like we have to like pay our dues, don't we?
Listen. I took the L on the cream fall. Like, I took it with pride, and I let it go.
No moaning, just took it on the
No
chin.
moaning, no crying. Took the L. Well, I saw it as a grand, and then I was like, okay, that's it. It's goodbye, and I dealt with it. But this shoe's gonna be a grand as well, and I ain't gonna pay for it because it's too much. So let's just pray. Let's just pray we all get dubs. Like the aim, Mo didn't get it, but hopefully this time Mo will get as well. I mean, that was pretty shit. That was pretty shit. How like I did a little prayer for everyone to hit on the AOD, and then it didn't come through from Mo.
It's
And
because
I
you
was
already
like,
had one.
it's true, actually. It's true. It's like, yeah, the sneaker gods were like, nah, Mo's.
I might have to get rid of my bread for this in case they think I've already got it as well.
You probably got like 5, I say. How many you got?
Of what?
Bread fours.
No, only 2.
Oh, okay.
Very fair. T, good question, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, good question.
Next question is from another. I think this is the at. I think this is. I'm not sure if this is a typo. At Sam JH19. He says, hand on heart, lads. How many pairs are truly part of each of your rotations? And he just gives us a little shout. Great show, guys. So yeah, big shout out to you, Sam. I'll kick this one off, lads. I'm gonna say 3 pairs for me are truly part of my daily rotation. I'll say the first one, and I'm sure if you've been listening to the podcast from like the beginning and whatnot, you know that I always well, maybe like 4 to 5 times a week I'll go for my runs, or I'll go gym and whatnot, and my weekly gym shoe is the Beluga 2.0 Yeezy 350. So like that is like in my rotation, and I think it's a dope shoe to like run in and just do regular, you know, weights and like gym workouts, floor work and whatnot. Um, my go go to the corner shop, go to Sainsbury's, Tesco's, that kind of, shopping run for me is actually the infamous shattered backboard Air Jordan 1 low, which is literally,
Go get your
which is,
money's worth, innit?
yeah, fuck it, man. I don't want to talk about that story again. And a pair that I kind of just keep on the side, and actually, like I found I've been wearing a lot more just willy nilly. I've actually just been wearing the mockers. It literally goes with like everything, like my jeans, my jogging bottoms, my shorts. So like if I'm going to hit like shopping mall like Blue Water or Lakeside or something like that, I'm just gonna chuck those on. Got the cream lace, sail laces on them, and yeah, it's just such an easy shoe to wear. So I'd say those 3 are in my kind of weekly rotation. If it's like a heater, then like I have to like pull out pairs out of the pile, man. It's long. But yeah, I'd say those 3 sneakers. I think that's fair. Dean, let's go to you, man.
Do you know what? I wear like, I'm not gonna lie. Since I bought the second Union Blue Toe, I've been wearing my first pair loads because that's the whole point, right? I mean, yeah. So I've been going post office and stunting on everyone, and they don't care, but I still stunt on them, and you know, just having fun with it. I'm wearing the Aim Leon Door, man. All my days, I'm wearing that too much. It is like, you know what it is?
Wow.
It's really comfy, and it's one of them shoes you can slide your foot in. So that's a dangerous combination, isn't it? So like when they're like that, I just end up wearing them loads. I destroyed my Costin lows because of that, so I got to be careful.
Oh.
with what I do with these. And I think finally, what's the last one? I've been wearing my New Balance 878 um, beaters.
Oh,
Basically, they're grey. They're now a bit black because I just wear them everywhere. Um, I showed Mary them the other day, and she was like gagged and was like, "Get them out of my face." It's like fuck's sake. Um,
Pink miracle, man.
I
Get
went,
working.
yeah, man. Do you know what it is? Yeah, like they got a charm to them, bro. Like they're so fucked now that they're endearing, you know. So I feel like just ride it out. But do you know what? That shoe is like low key a really nice silhouette. I really like it. For the price
mm,
point, the materials are good, and yeah, you can't go wrong. Super comfortable, as New Balance always tend to be. So yeah, I think that's my current rotation at the moment.
very sweet. Ash, how about you, man?
Yeah, my rotation is just literally what happens to be left downstairs by the door. And this week, at least, it's the Oreos V2s, Yeezys. They're always there. Like Mo, that's my like going to the shop shoe, basically. I have the black and white Dunks. The material's so terrible that I don't mind wearing them all the time. So they just get worn whenever. Also have my bread ones used to be downstairs, but the shadows are taking their spot at the moment. And also the Paranoise Air Force ones as well down there.
Breaking them
So I'm
in,
trying
innit?
to break them in more. Yeah,
Yeah, sick.
that's my ones.
All dope pairs, man. All dope pairs. Just super easy to just chuck on and slip on quickly, innit?
Yeah.
Cool. Appreciate that question, Sam. Our boy, Mike and Kicks. Shout out to Mikey. Which musical artists would you like to see get a collab and with which brand? Ash, let's go first, man.
For me, it'll be a kind of a new artist whose album I've like really rinsed this year, which is Jack Harlow with a New Balance collab. Seeing he's the New Balance guy for them, I think that would be
Yeah,
dope.
Yeah, yeah,
that's a
yeah,
really
yeah.
good shout.
Yeah. Don't know what shoe he would do because he wears a bunch of different ones, and he's like proper been on New Balance from when he was proper young, like when everyone didn't think it was cool. So it's like a genuine thing with him. So it's cool that he's got like a New Balance deal and all that. So I think it'd be cool if he got his own like silhouette.
It's sick when that happens though, when it's totally organic like that, and
Yeah,
he
amazing.
just like walks into it. It's great for both parties, isn't it? Like the
Yeah,
brand and him, like just nice,
yeah.
s- just nice partnership, just perfect fit.
Have you seen the advert he's done with the running shoes?
Yeah, yeah.
And he says, I don't run, but he's a dope.
It's just a great New Balance, man. I could talk about them all day. I swear.
Yeah, they
Like,
smash it. They know what they're doing.
Dean, how about you? What artists are you looking at?
do you know what? It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because like there are so many artists that like you think in your head like, oh, that would be great, but you don't really know if it's gonna kind of translate, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like maybe like a Jordan 3, 4, or 5 from someone like J. Cole. Um,
Mm.
Jermaine Cole.
yeah, I think that he's like so good at telling stories. I feel like it would be fun to see how he would try and translate that on a shoe, right? Um,
Mm, yeah.
I think he'd put some. I think they could potentially put something really cool. So
Have you seen any of his Puma stuff?
yeah, I mean,
Not much to work with, though, is there?
that's the problem, right?
The
You're
model he's
only
got
you're
is
only
like,
as good
ugh.
as the models that you're allowed. That's what was my whole point with Drake was like
Yeah, yeah.
his stuff didn't bang, but that's because the silhouettes like he was given. Um,
They're not hot sellers, regardless of
yeah,
what it
like
is.
that's the problem. No matter who you are, if the shoe is just not in with the target audience, then it's never gonna really fly. Doesn't matter who you kind of pair it with.
Do you see him playing ball out in Africa?
Yeah,
That's crazy, huh?
yeah, that was wild. He didn't play too well.
No,
Um,
he didn't look good.
Me and Craig were going nuts. Like that's why I just said like Jermaine Cole.
he did not play too well. People were losing their minds, and I was like, "Did you guys watch the highlights?" Because it wasn't. Yeah, he's much better on the mic
Yeah,
than behind the 3-point line. Um,
definitely.
Do you know? I don't know if you remember. There was a slam dunk competition. I can't
Oh,
remember.
yes,
If
I
it was
do.
2020, 2019, and obviously he helped somebody like do the dunk, but then after the dunk, like he went for a actual dunk, and like he absolutely fumbled it, and he didn't he didn't look cool, man. But I mean, fair dues, man. He's got bars. What can you do, innit?
Yeah, undeniable rapper.
Yeah,
For real, man. Do you know what? I'm gonna go a bit left here, but I've been listening to this British artist, and he's kind of cool. He's kind of like a British Travis Scott in a sense, but I don't know if you've ever heard of him before. His name is Lancey Foe, and I'm sure I've mentioned it to you guys before. He's got a track out with Skepta, and like the beat just bangs. Like, so he kind of rap sings, if that makes sense. That kind of genre where you're like rap singing.
Yeah.
And he's got a kind of Travis Scott look, like, you know, with
Yeah, I just checked his picture out.
yeah, he's kind of cool. He's got a bit of swagger. When I see him like in pictures and stuff like that, he's wearing like a high Jordan or something like that, or something like above the ankle. And I really think like something like a blazer he could probably pull off really, really nice. Kind of like the pair that you mentioned, Dean, the Soul.
Oh, the Soul Land.
Yeah, I think a pair like that where it's like it's got a lot of character to it. I reckon he could like pull off a sneaker like that. He seems to be like an upcoming artist, to be honest. I doubt a lot of people have heard of any of his stuff, but I've really been like banging that in the car. If I'm on the train, that he's in my AirPods. So if you ever get a chance to listen to this guy, he's quite cool.
He reminds me of Playboy Carti, looks wise, like his style and stuff.
Yeah. That's right. Great question there, Mikey. Our last question here is from our guy, Ty_Kicks. Shout out, Ty. He says, name a cool collab that could happen that's really left field. This is one of those difficult ones where it throws us off, isn't it? Damn you, Ty.
Don't you dare ask me first. You always go to
Yeah,
me
you go
first.
first, Mo. I'm still thinking.
Okay, I'll let you guys gather your thoughts. I'll try my best. I don't know. This is totally off the dome freestyle thing. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Tie kicks, damn you. Okay, so a collab that could happen that's really left field. I'm gonna say something like Karoo cross high tech or something like that. I don't know.
This question's toughie.
Yeah, I don't even know what kind of sneaker it would be. If it was a Karoo collab, maybe Ash, is it the Fusion 1.0, 2.0 that was like a massive Kanye hype beast sneaker when that came out, everyone went nuts. Maybe that silhouette with like the high tech branding on it. If you guys don't know what high tech is, Google it. I don't even know if it's still around anymore.
Last time I googled high tech, they were actually really expensive.
Really?
Yeah. I remember at school they used to be the cheap trainer, but I googled one once. Yeah, in Urban Outfitters, 120 quid. I thought they were like a £30 shoe.
See, this is what I mean. So, like, I guess it's this would suffice in Ty's Ty's awkward question, but yeah, that's kind of field in that sense. Let's just say Karoo cross high tech, and that's what I'm. That's from me.
I'll say a super random one then.
Let's go.
Well, Adidas already did a collaboration with Dragon Ball Z, but I'll do Yeezy and Dragon Ball Z, and it'll be the Yeezy 750, which looks like Goku's shoe with Dragon Ball Z. You get me? Make it work.
And Jeff could wear that because obviously he had that Dragon Ball Z orange T-shirt the other day on Sneakers app. Go check that out, guys.
I got a real niche one for you that I like to see. You know the retail, like the newsagent sort of store called Spar.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I would like to see them do a dunk high. I feel like a dunk high from them would be jokes with their colors and
That
their
works,
branding. Yeah. That would be funny. I feel like that could be a dope pair. If anyone's listening, just Google Spar, SPAR. I don't think they got those in America and shit. So
yeah, it's such a UK a convenient corner store, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're actually Dutch. I was looking into it and I was like thinking about this question, and yeah,
No, I can see that logo working on an SB as well.
yeah,
I mean, they have already done like 7-Elevens, right? So like it's
Yeah,
a
that's
lot.
true. That's true. Yeah.
yeah. This is what I mean. This sort of logo, I could just see it working. It's quite different, and it's got the tree, and everyone loves that shit right now. So
Yeah, if you think about SBs, anything really can work with them, to be fair. I should have thought of that, yeah.
Dude, you better patent that now.
yeah, go on, Spa, do the thing.
Bro, 6 months' time, Nike stolen your ideas on the sneakers. Everyone's going mad.
Imagine.
Cool. Guys, thank you so much for your questions on HSU Question Time. You guys absolutely smash it each and every week, man. We proper appreciate it. We just get to have fun with it, and it's our way of interacting with our listeners. So, yeah, if you ever get a chance to drop us some questions on HSU Question Time, we always do it sort of 1 or 2 days before we're about to record the pod. So, yeah, guys, really, really appreciate all of you guys that put in questions this week. Moving on, guys, to our next segment, we would like to call Cop of the Week. In this segment, we discuss what sneakers we copped or wanted to cop this week. And this week, I will actually start with myself, just so that you guys, again, can gather your thoughts on whether you copped or not. This is a good one, guys. I think you'll enjoy this one. So for me, I did actually make a cop this morning. Super gassed. Got some information from one of my guys. Basically, I managed to cop the Aim Leon door in the white, red, and dark blue
No
colorway.
way. Smashed it.
Let's go.
Team shoe.
So the 550 has been secured retail. Also end up doing like an extra
Yeah, I heard about that.
for the Amar Manier. So
Yeah, there's quite a few dunks. There's quite a few shoes, so they're doing in-store raffles. You just got to be within 5 meters of the store, take your app out, and then it comes up and you can enter.
wicked, man. But yeah, so yeah, boys, like sneaker gods actually blessed me late dub, I suppose you can call it.
Delayed W.
Yeah, got there in the end, man. Got there in the end. One other off sneaker topic, cop. It was Kim's birthday the other day, so shout out to Kim. I actually copped her a new air fryer. So like so she's always wanted an air fryer. So like we've got that in the kitchen now. We tried it out today, and guys, I'm not even lying, man. Oh, I definitely know you guys love eating.
Oh yeah.
The air fryer is revolutionary, man. It's amazing. So if you ever got the chance to just cop a little air fryer, just do it, man. Super cheap as well, like under like 80 quid and under 70 quid even. So yeah, anyone who wants air fryer, I did cop that on Amazon. So check that out. So yeah, shout out to Kim for her birthday. Had a wicked time. So those are my cops of the week. Who wants to go next? Dean, you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go. I didn't cop anything, so
Damn.
yeah. Well, nothing to keep. Nothing to keep. So
Did you want to cop anything?
when did the ambush raffle end? When did they end?
That's not happened yet.
Oh, okay. So
That's still
I
coming
ain't
out,
taking
yeah.
the L. I ain't taking the L on that. I like that one, so I ain't taking.
Yeah,
the
they're
L.
fire.
Yeah, they are really cool, man.
Fair. Ash, how about you?
Yeah, only thing I took a W on was the grey and black Jordan ones that came out. As I said on my Instagram.
You got two, sir.
Yeah, double trouble.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah,
Are we gonna see you walking in those?
probably not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big fan. As I said on IG, they're very meh.
Yeah.
Not excited at all, to be honest. I was hoping it would be better because I heard, can't remember who it was. What's his name? Scott Collard from the Sneaker Podcast. He was saying that they're supposed to be really nice, so I was getting a bit hype about it. But yeah, in hand, that toe box is not great. Just the new buck and stuff is okay, but just doesn't do nothing for me really. It's a bit of a meh.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. All reputable pickups this week, lads. So yeah, I'm just happy to pick out the freaking Aim Leon doors, man. Like I literally,
Don't get me
literally.
started, man. Don't get me started. You know what? I'm not even lie. I just checked the resale and they're like, it's not much. It's
No, it's not been. It's been cheap for a while. Like
yeah, it's just annoying that it was there. You can get it for retail. What is retail though?
130.
130.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. You know.
But yeah, out of the two, that was always the lower priced one. So
Yeah, because that was just because those the others were exclusive. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're still nice though. They're still
Oh yeah,
nice,
yeah,
man.
yeah. They are.
Really nice.
I would take that if I was there and I saw it. I would have taken that.
It's exactly the one you wouldn't pay resale, but for retail, you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dope pair. It's a bit annoying
100.
still. Oh well.
I don't know. I can't remember about the first release that came out for the Aim Leon doors. It was I don't know if it came with only 2 pairs of laces. When I've opened this one up, it comes with 3 pairs of laces, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I've kept the OG. I like the white lace. It looks nice and like I think the cream will bang as well, obviously.
But yeah, all dope pickups, lads. Up next we have Sneaker Peeve of the Week. In this part of the podcast, we have a slight rant about our biggest sneaker peeve. So basically, we get to go in on something we've seen on social media or anywhere else. And this week's sneaker peeve of the week comes from your boy Dean. So Dean, over to you, man.
Yeah, man. As always, I'll keep it short and sweet. And I touched on it earlier, but it was some of the people that paid early for the AM free, and like this ain't against them actually. While like it's a little bit, you go for it sometimes and you can get punished. I think it's been really harsh on the people that went early because it's like gone half the price, right? And my pet peeve essentially is like with the lack of clarity on certain releases, because sometimes like you don't know when it's coming, but you know it's coming, right? And there are times where you just don't know. Like you don't know. Like there was a period with this shoe where you really did not know, was it gonna come out in the UK? Was it gonna come out in Europe? Like was
It's
it
like
just
little
gonna
tiny
release?
rumors, isn't it?
Yeah, was it like yeah, exactly. Was it gonna release just on the store and sneakers? Like no one knew anything. And over time people were getting leaked info, but there was so much like confusion, and I feel like it's really often like that. And it's not just with Nike. I think like we'll touch on New Balance, but like the Aim Leon door pair. Do you know, like people have been asking me like, where did you get that? Like, when did that happen? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of like lack of information or misinformation out there sometimes, and yeah, a little bit of clarity around things like that would help people in their decisions. Like Mo, for example, has been sitting back on going through agony trying to decide whether to buy the pair or not, the Amar Money Air 3. And like, just that's just because you've not had any idea. Like, you didn't know, was it going to come out in Europe? Now we know, but then we know like it's still limited in big sizes, so it's going to be really hard to get one still. Um, but like, that sort of shit, it makes it already tough process even harder, because like sometimes you want to pay resale because you know you ain't going to get it, and you just want to get it sorted, right? But you don't want to lose money at the same time. Like there are people that have spent a lot of money on this shoe and it's literally half what it's worth, and it's not going to go back up for a long time. So yeah.
This is a really, really good point as well. And yeah, for me, I'm in an R in for the longest time. I've been going to the boys, keep saying, yeah, this is my budget, XXX or whatnot. Um, do you think I should pull the trigger now? And obviously, yeah, there just hasn't been any clarity on this kind of information, whether it was going to come out in EU, whether it was going to come out Asia or whatnot. Obviously, like, luckily I have family in America. I did try and go for the raffles. The raffles like didn't come through anyway. And I don't know, it always feels like, in a way, like it's a double-edged sword at the same time, because if you do have that undercover information, like, do you want to keep it for yourself? Do you know what I mean? Just in case, like, so that you have more of an opportunity to secure a pair. But then at the same time, you're like mentally going nuts over like a pair that you've been tracking for a really long time, for weeks, months, and like you've really got your heart set on this sneaker. And all you can like it makes you go mad because all you want to do is just secure that shoe without the hassle, and that's what makes you pull the trigger early, and it makes you gamble that
Exactly.
high number. It doesn't pay off like in the end. Like you wanna like hold off for the longest time, but like if you're scared that if you do hold off too long, it's just gonna shoot up again. Like the moment you wake up in the morning, oh, let me check it. Please don't say it's gone up. You've seen it's gone down a
Yeah,
little
because
bit.
all it takes
With
is one sale now, one StockX sale,
And that
and
changes the
you're
whole
priced
game.
out. Yeah, and you're priced out. It's proper stress, and like like you s- like yeah, and like you said, Mo, like you really want the shoe, but at the same time, you don't want to overspend. Like no one wants to spend hundreds more than they need to on a shoe. Like it's expensive enough already. Like um, it just makes it harder, man, because it is so hard to secure. And I had a similar thing with the New Beginnings pack. Like I bid a lot of money on that pretty early.
it's gone. It's
And then, like,
gone.
yeah, literally, StockX didn't accept my bid because I was in Europe. And then the next morning, it had gone up 400, 500 quid,
Ooh.
and it's done. It's
Oh
done.
man.
So, yeah, it hurts.
What I don't get is though, like for this shoe, for example, there's no reason why they couldn't have said, even right after the release, that there's going to be a worldwide one. There's no reason
Exactly.
to keep it a secret. What's that going to do? All that's going to happen in between is people are going to buy it off StockX and whatnot. It's not
No,
helping anyone. The shoe's out. It's not an embargo. Just say coming
just
to
say,
stores end of
yeah.
March, end of May, whatever. Cool.
I remember, like,
You're not
on the
costing yourselves any sales.
yeah, on the AMR money, yeah, like people all over the website on the Instagram posters, like, is this coming out in Europe? Is this coming out in Asia? Is this coming out? Like, people just wanted to know. It's not even like being annoying. It's like
Yeah.
we want to know: are we going to be able to at least be in with a chance of purchasing the shoe, or do we just save to buy this on resale now? Like, it's like it's a frustration, man. And I think yeah, it fucks with a lot of people. And
You know what? Like what was crappy about the AMA Mania release is that they had a drop down for like every single country, but really the only one that was highlighted was like US and Canada. But like, do you know what I mean? So
yeah, ridiculous, man.
had to have like an American or North American address in order to be in with a chance. Like, and then obviously for us lot over UK, EU and Asia, like you would need to have some sort of plug or connection or somebody
Yeah,
with an address overseas, and then obviously they've got to post it. When it comes to you, you've got the custom fees.
yeah,
Like so much admin and hassle for you to have to deal with, and if for them to just be like, because I saw people in the comments when it released, like, can it ship to UK? Are you shipping to EU? Da, da, da. And they
yeah,
just weren't just airing you, and
yeah,
they just had to ease people's thoughts,
They could have pinned it at the top and said so. And as I said, just mention it after the sale. Like I know
yeah.
they want to they want their website to blow up and people to go on their site and see how it works and whatever. So that's fine. Just like the day after, a week after, mention it. It's literally been rumors since then. I kept hearing this date, and it turns out to be true, but no one really knew until
Yeah, and it's still super limited here, isn't it? I mean, how many
yeah,
stores are getting it here?
like 4 or 5,
Is it
4.
even?
I'm
Yeah,
talking about in Europe in general, not just in the UK. I think it's only
yeah. It's
2.
like
Yeah, yeah,
UK. I've
yeah.
only seen what Offspring and End, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't. I don't think Foot Patrol have them, do they?
Not that I've seen yet. No, don't think
Um,
so.
I don't think I've seen SNS. Surely
Yeah,
SNS will be them.
SMS is on the app now if you refresh.
Ah,
Um,
Is it?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's on there now. It came
But
up this
what's weird
afternoon.
is though that like sneakers is oh yeah sneakers as well, but sneakers is only getting up to 9.5, and then end is getting up to like 11.
they always do that. It's so strange, man.
What is the thought process?
Bro, it's so weird. And even on the like Nike Dunk highs, Nike, not even sneakers, Nike will be the only ones that get UK like 9 and higher. It's so weird, man. Strange, strange.
But yeah, I mean, what?
Yeah, SNS is 9.5 as well.
Yeah, I mean, what are we like? What would we need to ask, like, from the brands? Do we need to ask that kind of information from Nike, or do we ask that from the likes of Amon Mania? Give us more info.
No, that's Nike. Nike just need to put out on whatever service they use for information just to say
Yeah.
the date is coming.
Basically, when the collab is done, there will be a press release that goes out, and that press release all it needs to say is, releasing in the US, more information to come regarding global release. Like that's it. Like that at least lets people know it's coming. Um, so
Them press releases that are often just like feel like they copy and paste and never official. I remember when those Ronnie Fike Asics were coming out and it said it was coming out in Selfridges. Then I go to Selfridges on the day and they're like, nothing's coming out today. Believe me, nothing's coming out. Then they randomly dropped it on Yellow Drop like a week later. So it's like,
Oh, is it?
make your mind up, yeah.
Do you know what? Like, there's like, it's frustrating because there's real fans of like these silhouettes. Do you know what I mean? And they proper like they just want to secure their pairs. It's not like about selling, not about hyping or nothing.
Just
Like
want to be in
they
with a
just,
chance, you know?
yeah, they just genuinely love that shoe. So, but yeah, do you know what is good? Obviously, we'll take a positive from it. Is that the female sneaker community are securing their pairs, which is brilliant to
absolutely.
see. It's brilliant to see. So, double-edged sword.
No, but like you said, it makes it fairer, which is what you want.
Beautiful, beautiful shoe, man. Beautiful shoe, man.
I need to see him in
Um,
person badly.
I think if you see him in person, you're gonna really want him, bro.
I want him anyways. I'm willing to
No, but
pay the price, but I just need
I
to.
think you're gonna be like it's happening because from everything I've heard and seen, like they look ridiculous. Like
Yeah, the people that I've had it, because I did a poll on my stories, every Jordan 3 compared to it to see what people were saying. And someone said they've got like all them Jordan 3s and the Amen Man here is way better. So we shall see.
it's hard to argue. You look at it, it looks gorgeous, man, and it looks
Yeah.
so premium. And
it is, man.
wow, the price has come down though. Jeez,
Have you seen the small size, 250?
yeah.
Why can't I be small?
Damn, I could cop that.
Have it on your shelf.
Nah, I'd rot that at that price.
Yeah, do you know like what's beautiful about this shoe? It's just that small part of that mauve colorway on
Yeah,
the
on the heel,
ah,
right?
yeah, just that little part, just
I want to
that
see that in person, what that really looks like, that color.
the mauve color. Yeah, I
It's like
know.
really dark, isn't it? Like, mauve. It's
Yeah,
cool.
So
Oh my
nice.
cool.
God, some of these
The,
prices are insane.
the heel tab is a madness as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. That's
whew,
just buff.
whew. That is fire, man.
I'm getting it this year, trust me. Unless the price goes up crazy, I'm definitely
No,
having
I'm
it. It's just
the tongue
what I
as
pay.
well. Looking at the inside of the tongue as well. Wow.
Quilt, quilt part,
Yeah.
beauty, beauty,
Sheesh.
man. Yeah,
Dean's
very
gonna end up
chic.
getting it before both of us.
Damn.
This is your entry to the freeze, Dean.
Nah, do you know what? Honestly, like I'd have to have like it'd have to be an absolute bargain because I'm trying to be good, and it's just the quality on this is insane though. Like the booty is unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
that is the best back on a shoe I've seen in a very very long time. That is
These
yeah.
prices though, man, the way it jumps is insane.
Oof.
Fire.
All right, boys, that was a good one. Let's move on to the next segment. This is the part of the podcast that we would like to call Take My Dough or Leave It, Bro. This is a quick fire round. One of us names a bunch of sneakers. The HSU team will have to say whether it's take my dough or leave it, bro. Simple game. And this week it's Ash's turn to set the tone. So, Ash, let's go.
All right, guys, I got 5 fire shoes for you. Now releasing tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys, just remember. Well, it's going to be on the day for people that listen to the podcast. But it is the Nike X Ambush Dunk High Deep Royal Blue. Dean, what are you saying?
Yeah, these are so good. Um, Usually this sort of royal color is not my favorite, but the color blocking on this is perfect.
Yeah, it is.
They've literally nailed it, and the shade of blue, there's something different about it. Uh, it's got this kind of deep rich texture to it that is a little bit different, but it just works so well. They've got a little bit of the sail on the midsole. This really works. Like I'm surprised at how good it looks. So yeah, this is an easy take my dough for me personally. I think this is a great, great shoe.
Wicked. What about you, Mo?
Yo,
Blue.
Oh yeah.
obviously, like, you know what, I can super appreciate this shoe. I actually agree, like with Dean, like it's a beautiful shoe, and the shape of it itself, like it's a little bit higher as well. The exposed tongue is wicked. The actual swoosh itself that comes off the back of the heel, cool. You know, a bit tinge on the midsole, that's dope. Um, Brilliant shoe if it was red. So if it's
Well, she got the friends. She got the friends and family pair.
I know, man,
They
and that
are
would
incredible.
be me. Man. That would be all
She
me.
literally said though they're not coming out. She said,
Yeah,
yeah.
Why would you do that? I hate friends and family shoes. To fucking piss me off.
Do you know what? I'm actually not even sure if they're friends and family or if they're just for her. Cause like,
Okay, really?
yeah,
That'd be
cause
cool.
yeah,
Wouldn't mind that.
I think they're
It's
I
just
only hers. Yeah,
yeah, I saw that on her like Instagram. That she was like, it's not coming out. It's literally just
they
hers,
look
and
sick.
then like
they look so good, don't it? They look so good. Like, whew.
very good shoe, man. Very good shoe. Um, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's a bit bro for me, but I can fully appreciate the shoe, you know, in its entirety.
Fair enough. Yeah, for me, take my dough for sure. I've entered the raffles already. I'll be doing sneakers tomorrow, hopefully. So fingers crossed. I took an L on the black and white pair, which I really liked. So hopefully I get these, but we shall see. Anywho, next shoe, New Balance 990 V3 Joe Fresh Goods. It's kind of like a brown shoe with blue hits and a little bit of green. Mo, what are you saying on these?
First glance, obviously, Joe Fresh Goods. He's like a top like designer. He's always got pretty good collabs. To be fair, the shoe itself, I kind of like the shape. Actually, it's kind of cool. Some cargos would go with this real nicely. I can appreciate this shoe a lot. I like the color palette that it uses. I don't want to say like anything like it's got like hits of blue because it is a majority sort of brown shoe. It still works.
There's a lot of blue. There is a lot of blue on it.
There's a lot of blue, yeah, and like the blue green, like you know, it doesn't really. I don't really run with the blue green. I think in another colorway, this would really work for me. Maybe in something I don't know. Obviously, because it is a collab, it has to be a little bit different or wilder than the normal colorways I suppose that it's come out with. But another colorway, perhaps it would hit for me. This particular colorway wouldn't go with. So it'd be a leave it, bro. But it is a cool sneaker. Yeah, it's a cool sneaker.
What about you, Dean?
Do you know what? I don't know why, but I think this is a sick shoe. I just think this is a great pair. The colors are different, but I love the brown, the textures on the brown, the different kind of shades they've got. I love how the N is that lighter kind of shade of blue as well. I just think this is a really different, cool pair. I would like to have this shoe just because I think it's so interesting. Um, but it'll be impossible, obviously, to get. But yeah, I think it's really cool, man. I think a lot of people probably won't like it. It's not my usual sort of thing, but there's something about it that I just think is really eye catching in a good way. So for me, it's a take my dough.
Nice, nice. For me, I saw in one of the Facebook groups, I'm in one of the New Balance groups, someone said it's a shoe of the year, and everyone just rinsed the guy completely for saying it. So I don't know if New Balance heads are loving this shoe, but I think I don't know why it works. You would think brown and blue would never go, but it somehow isn't awful. So it's a shoe that I would try to get just to see what it's like. But again, if I have it, well, I don't know how I'd rock it, to be honest. It'd be a bit of a tricky one, but I will try my best. So take my dough, but it's probably not going to happen anyways. Anywho, number 3, we have the Adidas Yeezy Boost in Flame Amber. This is the 700 V1. Dean first.
Um, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Um, I don't get it. It's
Have you liked
just
any of them new 700s, like the really colourful ones they've done lately?
no. I know Mo like the 500. I thought that wasn't good either. You like the 500, right, Mo? Was it?
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm fully done with this silhouette. Um, I think the silhouette is cooked.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I
Isn't
don't
it
like.
like a darker shade of that sun version that came out?
Yeah, I don't like it. The orange, it just
Mm.
it reminds me of like brick, I don't know, like brick dust. You know?
What's wrong with you? every week.
I love it. I fucking love it, man.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I love it.
Oh god, that's funny. But yeah,
Oh.
it's a weird color. What are you saying, Mo?
I mean, I'm with Dean with this one, man. It's like I'd call it peach, and I don't know if it goes. I don't know if it goes with the uppers, man. Same as I think I'm good with the pairs of 700s that I do have. I think I have 3 pairs of 700s, and I'm just so content with the pairs that I've got. I don't think there's really a need for like another colorway of this 700. It doesn't resonate with me at all, man. Um, I think I usually know like if I like something straight away, like within the first like 5 seconds. But I see it and I just, yeah, it's not for me, man. It's a leave it, bro, for me.
Fair enough. For me, it's Leave It Bro as well. To be honest, there's not actually that many 700 V1s that I don't like. I actually like a lot of them, but I only own 2 of them because the price point's very high for what it is, I found. But I guess they've come down a little bit now, but still, I don't think it's £210 shoe for me, especially this colorway. It's a bit Leave It. So yeah, allow that. Number 4, we have the Nike SB times Para Dunk Low. Guess you could call it a 2.0 because they've done a Para Dunk before, which had like that triple swoosh. What do you think about these ones, Dean?
Yeah, these. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about them, haven't they? There's been a lot of chatter about
I think
these.
people are really feeling them.
Yeah. So I don't like them. I don't
Mm.
like them. I don't think I don't get them. Like there's a lot of color there.
Have you seen the Para clothing before?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
has
I
like
get.
them
I get.
same wild patterns in it.
Yeah, yeah. I know what he's about. I like some of their socks. They got some
Yeah.
cool socks. I just. It's so unicorny, isn't it? It's like a rainbow unicorn sort of thing, isn't it? It's like
Mm.
it feels like really like you have to be really into your colors, I think, to like them. They're not awful, but for me personally, it's just a standard like over the top SBs. It's just not really for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave it.
Mo?
Yeah, so for me, this is like the generic para sort of pattern, isn't it? The colorway that they use is like the clean whites, the sort of turquoisey dark teal kind of color palette. I mean, I do think it's cool. I just think it's very wild. I do like the swoosh that's on the mid panel, the mini swoosh that's on the sort of toe box part. That's cool.
That's nice.
And the gum bottom outsole, that's dope, man. I like that. I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of the first Para SB, and I'm just Everyone knows that I'm not a massive SB fan anyways. I never really go for them, to be honest. It's a cool shoe. It is a very cool shoe, and I can see its appeal for those who are like SB collectors. But for me, yeah, again, it'll be a leave it, bro. But again, I can appreciate the shoe.
Have you guys seen there's supposed to be 2 pairs coming out this year. Have you seen the second one at all?
Is it like a what the type?
Yeah, kinda.
isn't it?
Yeah, 2 different shades and stuff on each shoe.
See, I'm not a fan of the.
They're nicer because they're less a bit busy, but still, I'm not a massive what the fan in general either.
Yeah, it's got that white color blocking though.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. I mean, I just don't go for SBs, man.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are that big on it. Or I used to have a couple of them, but I'm not that hype about them in general. And I know Mo and
Yeah,
Dean aren't that big either.
No, I just like the Habibi ones.
Yeah.
They were really good.
Would you prefer that if it was a regular dunk compared to SB, or you
Do
don't
you know
care?
what? I don't mind. I just really
Mm,
like the concept of that shoe, and it spoke
yeah.
to me. It's like, obviously with the Middle Eastern themes, and
Mm,
yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was executed really well.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick. Well, number 5, might as well. I can guess what you're gonna say already. It's another SB Dunk Low, and it's a what the after just was talking about it. The what the Paul Rodriguez. Dean, what do you think it is?
Oh, I think I. Yeah. Do you know what? I've been seeing these a lot lately as well. Um,
These are gonna be super popular.
they're they're so bright. Like they are. There's a lot going on. I don't hate them. I don't hate them, but I wouldn't ever wear that ever.
Better or worse than the Para?
For some reason, this I think like to a normal person that's not into shoes, they would probably say these are worse.
Mm,
But I can appreciate a bit more about these, even though
yeah.
they're a bit crazy. There's a little bit more that I can kind of appreciate. I think with this, there's so much different paneling going on here. It looks like there's a lot of different materials.
Yeah. There's a cool picture that shows you where each bit's from, which is very cool. I've seen.
yeah,
Yeah, and the
Mm,
top down view is really cool. Like looking at each shoe and how different they are.
mm,
Um, so it's a leave it for me, but I do think this is a really cool pair. Like there's a lot. Like this is where like the SB is crazy, but like there's elements where I can really appreciate it, and it's just a bit of fun. And you can tell like it really taps into like that fun side of SB in a really authentic way. I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
What you saying, Mo?
yeah. So for me, I think they're pretty cool. Like I love the touches of like the P rod on the like the
Yeah.
signature tongue and stuff like that, and then sort of the labeling that's been stitched on there. I think, do you know what I mean? Like, what would like turn my head if it was if both shoes were the whole cement on the toe box with the sort of lance mounting on the toe, like on the toe cap.
Yeah.
If they were both that shoe, obviously, like it would resonate with me more. I don't know why. Just
With these what the shoes, there's always one that looks better than you wish they was both the same shoe. I always find that.
exactly, yeah. But I mean, like, I can fully, yeah, myself as well, same as Dean. I can fully appreciate what they've done here. Put in all the pandas. I can see all the shoes that are supposed to be put on this, which is it's a super cool concept, man. For all the skaters and all the SB collectors, this is like this should be like a massive release for them, man.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's cool, man. It's a very cool shoe. Just I'm not an SB guy, man, and I always think of this thing that Lone Ranger said to me is like, if you buy any of the SBs, you can always do the tongue hack, which is like cut underneath, cut underneath the back of the label and take out all the foam that's in the tongue.
Say
It'll basically be a dunk. And I always think to myself, I haven't done that to anything yet. So
that feels wrong though, doesn't it? Like,
it does, yeah.
Dunk fans love dunks for that tongue as well.
yeah.
I know it's a bit of like a Frankenstein kind of a concept where you're like pulling bits out and whatnot. But I like it. It's pretty cool. End of the day, it's a leave it, bro, for me, man.
Yeah, same for me. I think the concept is very cool and all that, but not a shoe that I'd wear. So leave it, bro, for me. And that is my 5, guys. Not the burger shop.
Sweet, cool. So right, that about takes us to the end of the podcast. We're about ready to close out episode 16 of Half Size Up. As always, it's been dope chopping it up with you boys. In the meantime, do we have any shout outs or honorable mentions? Ash, let's go to you first.
As usual, shout out to the people, all the questions. Shout out to the wifey. Shout out to you guys.
Got Dean.
Yeah, shout out to everyone listening. Shout out to everyone, putting in the questions and taking time. Always cool as well when we see a new handle come in with a question. That's
Yeah,
always
that's
dope.
sick.
yeah, it's always nice to see that. So yeah, just shout out to everyone listening, and hope everyone has a really cool week.
Wicked, yeah. And for me, just a shout out to you boys. Like, I know you always have like the most busiest life, so like I just appreciate you guys putting in time for the podcast. But yeah, massive shout out to you boys, and shout out to the local and global audience that's been tuning in, week out. Big shout out to you guys. Also, Half Size Up was brought to you today by the Pink Miracle Sneaker Cleaner, the original shoe cleaner since 1985. Use our code half size up 15 for 15% off your purchase online. Don't forget, we're a weekly podcast and you can follow us on Instagram at half size up pod. You can subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, many more, plus YouTube. We want to say a massive thanks from the entire HSU team. I've been Merkle Moman with my co-host Dean Still.
Have a great week, guys.
And Ash Bash.
Catch you later, people.
See you next week. We are outie. Love that, boys. Like, do you know how long I'm trying to keep my coughing?
No, you did well, man.
You did good, boy.
I need to have my medicine, man.
You sound way better than you did a couple of days ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah.